Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter project every single time and give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to be checking out the second most popular project on all of Kickstarter. That is Sebastian Crowe's Guide to Drakkenheim, a player's guide and source book which includes brand new 5e subclasses that takes you through the world ... by the Dungeon Dudes, who I believe are a YouTube channel, if I recall correctly. So looking at the main thing, and this has already raised $545,000. This is big box office, baby. $500,000. Congrats to them. I'm excited to see what they're doing here. So the first thing I see is I see this massive mini. Now, I'm wondering if it actually is that size. At least I think that's a mini. And you might say, oh, no, Bauer, that's obviously not the size of the mini. But you go look at, like, the X-Men, cool mini or not. Like, say, that size of minis is gigantic. And I'm wondering, is that actually a mini that is going to be in the game? And I think it might be. So that gets me excited. Then I can clearly see the books here. I honestly would zoom in just a little bit. It feels a smidge bit cluttered here. There's a lot going on here. Now, I imagine when I click on the main image, yeah, it's going to look much better once I get zoomed in here. But wow, that looks really cool. I want to know more about this. So I will say, just having this monstrosity of a thing here has wet my whistle for knowing more. So kudos to that. But as always, when I go in the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
Drakkenheim is no more. The great city lies in ruin, the royal line broken. Chaos followed in its wake, an eruption of civil war and strife. The falling stars left behind eldritch crystals. Their magic can forge mighty tools, but unleash otherworldly contamination. Now the disaster that befell Drakkenheim is spreading to every corner of an unprepared world. Old feuds, petty disagreements, and internal strife unravel the order that once held war at bay. Westermar is a realm in tatters, reeling at the devastation of its capital. Meanwhile, the proud, noble houses of Caspia gather their power for a show of strength, eager to gain glory and renown. And Illyria, with their sacred cathedrals and high towers, desperately fight to uphold justice and faith in a world descending into madness. Call on the Apothecary, a new intelligence-based spellcasting class. Master their skills to bolster your allies and wield their occult magic to sap the strength of your enemies. Choose all new subclasses, use new spells, contaminated magic, monsters, NPCs, and new tool feats to expand character proficiencies. The world...
So I feel like for people who know the lore, know the world, because it feels like there's a returning fan base here of some extent. I feel like they're really crushing it right now, and just saying, hey, here's everything new in this, bit by bit by bit. And overall, I feel like this video is really well done, even though I felt like it was just a smidge bit slow.
Heroes, sharpen your swords, fletch your bow, and ready your spells, and prepare to set out on an adventure into the wider world in Sebastian Crowe's Guide to Drakkenheim.
So, hopefully...
Drakkenheim.
So, one thing I would have loved there was a personal touch, especially from Sebastian, potentially. But that's neither here nor there. Overall, I felt like that was a pretty well-done video. I felt like it did a great job showcasing the artwork, and now I want to look through this book just to look at the artwork. So, kudos on that. You may know us from our YouTube channel. We bring you Player's Guide, Dungeon Master Advice, role-playing tips, reviews, and more videos for Dungeons & Dragons 5e, Ghostfire Gaming, very creative name. So it looks like they got one person here, potentially two, helping in the collaborators. That's awesome, because this is a big poppin' project. First project, yeah, was the original Dungeons of Drakkenheim. So this makes sense. And wow, that was a $1.2 million project. Okay. So I kind of... That's what I was thinking. So I feel like they did a great job appealing to these people. Now, as someone who's new to the project, it looks very interesting. I feel like they did a good job there. So fulfillment update, let's check this out. People got their stuff. Stuff got their people. No, people got their stuff. General update. US, most beta backers will have received their package by now, and this was August 12th, so 5 days ago. Excellent. So can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable. They shipped this, and now they're on to that. They didn't take very long to do the turnaround. First 48 hours only. All who back a physical pledge tier in the first 48 hours of launch will receive a free A3 poster depicting the Sebastian Crowe's Guide to Drakkenheim cover art. Oh, wow. Now, I imagine this folder is probably... I wonder how this is going to be shipped, because that's shipping. I mean, that's shipping an additional thing. Maybe it's going to be a square fold as opposed to like a rolled up one. Either way, it's still an awesome little bonus there. If you miss it, it's not the end of the world, and I'm sure you can throw it on for a couple bucks at the end. And if you get there, it's nice. Okay, so I like that. Sebastian Crowe's Guide to Drakkenheim. New heroes are needed as the madness of Drakkenheim spreads into an unprepared world. All right, so now we're taking a look at all the components. We got the PDF here. Got the book with another book, so like 2 books in there. We got some cards, some dice, some minis. We're delving into the minis. All right. Free downloads. Every week during the first Kickstarter campaign, we'll release a new freebie snippet from the content of the books as preview material. Revisit this page each Monday during the game to claim your next freebie. That's cool. All right. So they're just showing off stuff. This is kind of like unlocks. Let me take a look at this. Oh, that's real nice. Oh, that's real nice. I'm back in this game. I'm like, ooh, this looks great. All right, so what do we got next? So I like that they got a reason to come back to the Kickstarter campaign, which I always think is important if you're trying to maintain a position near the top of the popularity chart, and they're still number 2. Sebastian Crowe's Guide to Drakkenheim is filled with new player options for the 5th edition, created by the Dungeon Dudes. Clickable, beautiful. 374,000 subscribers. Holy crippity crap Krubers. Good for them. That is how. Woo! That's how you do it. Good for them. The book features the all-new Apothecary class, and once again, that makes me feel infinitely more comfortable in the Can You Do It. Now that's a slam dunk. There's no way that they would let their reputation just completely get derailed by this not happening. So Can You Do It? I feel good. Do I want it? Yeah, I feel like they did a good job. How much is it? Hopefully I don't beat around the bush and we do get to the price relatively soon. The book features the all-new Apothecary class. What is this? Is this the personal touch?
Greetings.
Bingo, there's the personal touch. Okay, I personally would have liked that in the video a little bit more, but anywho, it's right there. It's good. What's inside? New classy apothecary. So I am glad that's there, though. I always feel like that's a great thing. Apothecaries combine medical knowledge, so now we're talking about the new stuff. Cool, new spells, expensive Continental Gazette. So now they're kind of just going into detail with what was in the video. It's almost like a jalop thing there. Pledge tiers. Look below and see what awaits in our pledge tiers. Here we go. So we didn't beat around the bush too long. All right, so this is a decent shopping area. It's not all the way at the top, but it's pretty close. So $25 PDF seems reasonable. $65 gets you the physical book and the journal and the PDF. Sounds about right. I'd love to know the page count here. I feel like that'd be a great thing to spotlight. And I know you may be saying, oh, the page count is going to go up as the Kickstarter does well, but then just put a Kickstarter, slap it on there, say, this, how many pages is this? 300 plus pages? 150 pages? I'd love to know that number. House Von Kessel's Treasury, especially when I'm doing my shopping. So we got this, plus now we got Anomaly Cards deck. So I don't feel like we're doing a great job really spotlighting these here. How many cards are in these deck? What are these cards? What do these cards look like? Are they double-sided cards? I really feel like we should do a more in-depth dive into the components at this particular time. Now, I imagine it's further on down, but it just, I mean, why not have it here? Duchess's Deep Vault. So this is the giant mini, and you're not even telling me the size of the mini. Come on. The gargantuan scale miniature also includes the Cardinal NPC miniature because it looked really big, but how big is it? Is it a foot? That I should know in both centimeters and inches right here, and that just seems kind of like a no-brainer to me. Especially if you were trying to sell me on how massive this thing is. High King's Arsenal. So this includes all the stuff, but not that thing. Okay, so this comes with the minis, the map pack. Okay, looks relatively clean and clear. The shopping area, I will say, at least on this aspect of what I'm buying, that's nice. Player journal, the all-in pledge. Now, this is presumably going to include everything. Every product from this Kickstarter campaign, including all stretch goal add-ons, shipping included, not including that. So this is just, and this is what I always ask companies for. So I'm going to give this a half-point bump up right now for this, because it's all, so many times we make it so difficult. Just give me the pledge that gives me absolutely everything. And I know that's a hard pledge for some people to make because if you keep, hitting Kickstarter stretch goals, then you might be talking about making these massive games and you don't want to lock yourself in at a certain price. But I personally love that. So $500, I feel like that's just absolutely bananas. But once again, that's not for the majority of people. The majority of people are not spending the $500. I wouldn't imagine, even though this is Kickstarter, we will see. Actually they might, because once again, this isn't typical Kickstarter we're in right now. We're on the Kickstarter of a massively popular YouTube channel, which means there's that really fervent brand loyalty. So that one might. This one might be the biggest one. I'm excited to check this out. But so that's all of them. Let's see what the pledge levels are. So 681 people want the PDF. Great. Want the book? 1,200 people want the book. Makes sense. 100 people $382 here. 30 backers want the Duchess. High King's Arsenal, $842. Wow, is that with that gargantuan figure? No, that's not. That's this one. Oh, the Duchess's Deep Vault. So not many people want the figure. Wow. Maybe not many people want the figure because you're not telling me the dimensions of the figures and you're not selling it well to me at this particular point. Or maybe it's because the $500 pledge level is so high. Let's find out. High King's Arsenal. Which one's this? This is the one where... Okay, that's like all the game stuff minus the huge mini thing. Divine Matriarch's Offering. It comes with this. Where did this thing come in? Okay, that's weird. 214 people want that thing. And then we have the $500 all-in. 458. Kudos. So not more, but still, that is 458 people giving them $500. That's insanity. That is over $225,000. Whew, good for them. Good for them. Go buy yourself a private island in some third world country and just start making YouTube content there and just don't deliver this. That's what I do. I wouldn't actually do that, but you could. It'd be great if someone did that. If they just said you took the money and they just went to some far off island somewhere. Look below, but they still kept doing YouTube. Oh my gosh, they'd be so hated. Look below for some of the premium products. Product artwork or designs are not final and subject to change. The Duchess. Oh, so now we're talking about the size. Approximate size comparison includes the Cardinal Mini. Just tell me the size. How hard is this? Where is this information? And this shouldn't be something I have to find in the FAQ. Because this is... Alright, because you're essentially asking me to pay, what, $75 for this thing? What was it? It's the 120? It was the Duchess's Deep Vault. 30 backers. Yeah, they don't tell you the size. How... That just seems like such an oversight to me. Call of the Deep Legendary Creature miniature set. So now we're selling the minis. Okay. Include for free with the all-in pledge. See, so this now it gets a little bit clunky here because this is the kind of information that I feel like should have been up top when we were in the shopping section. But now we're talking about stretch goals. Unlock stretch goal add-on product. Oh, so these are not in the pledge. This is only in the $500 pledge level. Got it. So we just kind of jumped to stretch goals somehow. Okay. Apothecary class miniature set. So, oh, now we're talking about this thing. The Fox leather enrollment case featuring embossed artwork. So yeah, this is the information that I feel like should just be scrunched together like delicious peanut butter and jelly in the shopping section. Special edition slipbook case. Pledge breakdown. So now we've got this little graph, which I always think is a nice graph, by the way. Especially at the end of that. Add-ons. Purchasing add-ons is the best way to get you extra items you want on top of your thing. So here's the add-on price without the pictures. It's clean. I mean, this is a clean way to do it. I can't knock that. And then we have the add-on products. We have more add-on products. Oh, okay. And then we have stretch goals, which when put like this are now not particularly exciting because they... Like, tell me more. Show me a picture. Give me an idea. Give me a paragraph here. Give me 2 sentences here telling me about this new apothecary subclass and why I should be excited with it and slap a picture on it. New monks up, same thing. No barbarian. Because now I'm just kind of scrolling through it just like, where it could be a really fun, engaging ride to get me more excited about the Kickstarter project. New magic items, legendary artifacts. But now I'm just like, okay. New to Kickstarter. Probably not, but let's check it out. See how many people are new here. 173. Yeah, I would imagine a good chunk of that crossover from that YouTube channel is probably already on Kickstarter. Tabletop role-playing games are big on Kickstarter. New to Kickstarter, never back to Kickstarter, no worries. It's simple and easy. Got it. Meet the team. I guess I'm just looking for shipping now at this point. And the size of that damn mini. It's not even a mini. Playtech access. What is this? Oh, cool. So you could try this out in October 2022. That seems weird that this is kind of buried down here. This is really low. Not a fan of that. I mean, I'm a fan of this general idea. But it seems really low down here. As likewise shipping as well. We do not charge shipping through Kickstarter. We ship almost everywhere in the world. However, unfortunately, we cannot go here. I'm looking for the word VAT. So they haven't mentioned VAT yet. In addition, we cannot ship to the APO. So estimated shipping cost. Wow. Oh, that's the PDF. The PDF is free. The book itself is $20? No way. That seems terrible. God, that's terrible. Like, I'm assuming you could fit this in a medium flat rate padded shipping envelope. At the very minimum, you could fit this in a medium flat rate box from USPS. You could go to the store right now It just, and that's not even talking about the discount you get on top by going to stamps.com or something like that. That is just a blatant slap in the face. $20 to ship a book? No, thank you. Egg. Full half grade. That's a half grade drop here. This is the gigs. And I'm going to guess because maybe they offset the shipping over here, so $37.99 is going to get me everything. Yeah, so how much is it for the Duchess's Deep Vault? That's what I want to know. That's because I see exactly what's happening here. Yeah, so magic. It's $20 to ship the book, but if you want the book and the quote-unquote gargantuan statue, that's an extra $5 on top. No, not a fan of the shipping. Like, and here's the bottom line. If you're a fan of the YouTuber, it's not going to matter. You're still probably going to pull the trigger on this. But that's just, it definitely looks like they gave these 30 people a discount instead of these 1,219 people. And that's honestly really interesting to me. Well, no, because I guess these people, I was going to say, because nobody else, if you're only selling 30 of those gargantuan miniatures, it's going to be really hard to sell. But no, they're going to sell 500 of them because they're a whole bunch of people over here in the Divine Matriarchs. Anywho, just doing Kickstarter math. VAT so they do talk about the VAT. Great. Where to find us? Social channels for all things Drakkenheim, risk and challenges, and we are out. Check out the FAQ, the updates, comments, give us one a grade. 13 questions, not organized. Not a big fan of that. My question's number 12. I have to read through 11 questions before I can find my question, which is annoying. I would organize this like Reload from Colossal Games and a bunch of other companies who are slowly doing it. It's going to be a wave. How do I pay for shipping? Do you charge estimates include VAT? Are you Wizards of the Coast? No, you're not. That's weird. Okay. Did you actually say how big the mini is? How big is the mini? Here it is. This deluxe, highly detailed, gargantuan-sized miniature of the Duchess is sure to send chills down your player's spine when you veil her, blah, blah, blah. What's the size? Come on. And even if you're still working on it, like, give me an estimate of what the size is. We've surpassed $500,000. We got 8 comments, 7 comments, 4 comments, 2 comments, 4 comments. Man, is this jalop? Did I miss some jalop at the bottom of this? Because this feels like a jalop. Okay, it's not. It's not. Yeah, so that's not very good engagement on these posts when you factor in that you have banana for scale at least. Yeah, anything. When you have 3,800 people here, 500 of them who are willing pretty much to pay you $500, I imagine you should get more engagement than 7 comments, 4 comments, which means they're not particularly engaging updates. So let's see. And just like that, another stretch goal has been hit. When will we be able to add ons to our pledge? Well, these look like great skulls. Have to pass on fish misters, not my thing. Okay. So they're responding to those as well, which is good. They're trying to churn it. But it just feels like such a mechanical Kickstarter update. We've been live for insert this number here, and we've already smashed so many of our stretch goals. Thanks for all of your incredible support. Here's the thing, and I bet these were pre-planned. I'm not knocking that by any stretch of the imagination. I think that's a really smart idea to have all of this pre-packaged, so you can just copy, paste, and then maybe fill in a couple minor details along the way. But it doesn't seem like you're getting people engaged. So tell us, and maybe it's because they're engaging people on the YouTube channel. But I would imagine that as this thing stays on Kickstarter longer, eventually other projects are going to climb up above this one. I could see it going down in popularity, especially if people aren't particularly getting engaged, which it looks like they're not right here. When did this thing launch? So how many updates have we had? Because that's always, I wonder if they've updated too much. August 15th. So 5 updates in 17 days. That's not bad, terrible. I've seen a lot worse. All right. Let's check out the comments. How are these card decks different from the first Kickstarter? We offering a fantasy ground. How is the size? Can I just control? I'm going to control F size. Somebody seriously had to have asked about the size. Nobody has the size of this mini? How is this possible? Question. I've already backed the first project, but there are a few instances, things, stuff. Are they responding? That's all I'm looking for. Yep, they're responding. They're in here communicate. Well, one time. Let's see. Okay. They're responding stuff. So, final grade for this one. Sebastian Crowe's Guide to Drakkenheim. And I actually want to check the numbers on this community again. US 2366, Canada 324. So, final grade. Do I want it? Yeah, I feel like they did a good job on the video, which I think was the main thing. They obviously had the YouTube channel. They had a publisher who's putting this out. They have a lot of people pushing the boat at the beginning of this Kickstarter, and it shows. Over $500,000. Kudos to them. They started off with a very polished video, spotlighted the artwork. I felt really well. And if you're a returning backer who backed the original Dungeons of Drakkenheim, I feel like they did a great job of spotlighting exactly what is new. I also feel like if you're new to the project, I feel like they did a good job. It looked cool. So do I want to? Yes. Can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable. They've already done it. This is the second time they're doing it, and they have a reputation that they would not want to destroy by this completely blowing up in their face. I mean, just facts. How much is it? Price itself, $65. I have no issues with that, despite the fact that we don't know the number of pages in this book either. Damn it. How do we don't know the size of the mini or the number of pages in the book. I feel like they did a really good job of spotlighting a lot of things on this Kickstarter page, and then a really, really poor job in some other spots. Some real blind spots there. So how much is it? The shipping, I felt like, especially for the book, the people who bought the book are just getting absolutely jacked by that shipping prices. Like I said, you could just go to your local USPS, and I think you could personally ship this cheaper than $20. I mean, flat rate stuff like that. So that's just an objectively bad price. And I don't typically say that because there's a lot of wiggle room here. But if they're from the United States of America, which I believe it said it was, right? Because obviously if they're shipping from, Russia or something like that, oh, they're from Canada. Oh, okay. So that changes things a little bit. That explains that shipping issue, the shipping price a little bit more. Okay. So I can give that a little bit of a pass then there. So how much is it? It's not a great price, but it's not terrible, I don't think. And I still think they did slap some people in the face a little bit there with that Gargantua mini only costing $5 more to ship. But nitpicks. So final grade on this one, I think I'm going to go with a C. Let's see the main image. It's a little bit cluttered. I think I'm going to go with a C+ on this one. Overall, I felt like it was really solid in some spots, not so much in other spots, but still a fun ride to go on, and it looks like a really cool project, even though I still want to know how many pages are in the book and how big the mini is. I mean, and I think, you know what, I'm actually going to go with a C instead of a C+, just because, you have this Gargantua mini, and this is supposed to be the spotlight. Like, look, it takes up a huge chunk. It takes up almost, what is that, like 20% of the Kickstarter real estate on the main image, and you don't even tell me the size of it? Like, that just seems like such an oversight. So I'm going to go with C on this one. Let me know in the comments what's your final grade. And as always, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. Bye-bye.